It was done for the wedding in 1992. Obviously, it didn't go on top of the cake because it would have just destroyed the whole cake. But yes, it's David and I, forever intertwined. Welcome, Vogue, to my house. I would love to share with you some of my favorite things. So follow me. So we built this house almost 6 years ago, and we built it from scratch. And then David loved white birch trees. The place is surrounded with white birches. This is my living room with the most beautiful mountain view. One of the most important parts of this whole house, obviously my husband, David Bowie. And this is his first self-portrait that he did in 1980. The house really saved me during COVID because before that, I had a hard time staying here. I will come here for a weekend and leave the next day because I felt very sad here because I missed him so much. The house actually helped me go through my grief and come the other side. And that is what's so special to me about this house. Now, when I remember David, I don't cry anymore. I actually remember the joyful life. And I feel like when I look at his eyes and move around the house, it's like that, it's following me. This is the Lynn Chadwick, 1956. Is a sculpture, a bronze sculpture that I bought for David on our first wedding anniversary. David was a huge fan of Lynn Chadwick, so I really wanted something special on year one. So this represents youth and freedom in the 50s in England. And that's why it's specifically called Teddy Boy and Teddy Girl. And David literally could not get over it. And it was one of his favorite sculptures in the house. Gift giving and receiving is very important to me because it is something that it's really from the heart. So this was his first gift to me. We went on our first holiday in Paris. And one day we went together, the two of us, to Hermes. And he bought himself, you won't believe it, sandals. And he bought me this. I didn't tell him what I liked, what I wanted. He picked this up on his own. So this is one of my favorite gifts. But follow me so I can share with you one of my favorite spots. So this is my favorite spot in the morning. This is where I start lying down here with a cup of coffee, a book, see all the mountain on this side. So there are several pieces in this space that I adore. And I will start with this wicker cushion. Yes, wicker cushion. It was given to me by my dear friend Naomi Campbell almost 20 years ago on my birthday. I met Naomi maybe late 80s, early 90s. I met her in Paris and we instantly became friends and we've been in each other's lives since then. It's one of those relationships that have stayed and endured all this time. There are few people that I rely upon and she's one of them. Every time I lie on this favorite space, I think of Naomi for these wonderful gifts that she gave me on a birthday many moons ago. And this is one of my favorite books, A Grave for a Dolphin by Alberto Denti di Piraggiano. This is a very fantastical journey between a girl, and you won't believe it, but a Somali girl and a dolphin. And this all happens in Somalia, by the way. And this book is really special because, funny enough, way before David and I met, this was one of his favorite books. And actually, he told me some of the lyrics from his song Heroes were actually inspired by this book. And then, of course, finally, when we meet, we can't believe that we both adore the same book. But that also the whole story happens from where I come from, Somalia. What I wanted to show you is this little tiny African stool. It's from West Africa, and it was gifted to me by my dearest friend, Beth Ann Hardison. Now, Beth Ann, I know her since the day I arrived, like literally 3 days after I arrived in New York. And I came to the United States to model, but I have never seen a fashion magazine in my life, never worn makeup or heels for that matter. And I stepped into New York, discovered by Peter Beard. The first person who really welcomed me and became my friend was Beth Ann Harrison. And she's been in my life since then, to the point we're that close. We talk to each other every day since 1975. She was also my maid of honor when I married my husband, David. So now here we are in my kitchen. This is where I actually spend most of the days cooking for myself. I have a tendency that I can read a recipe and don't look at it again and cook it. That's my gift. I adore this Kara Walker picture. Look how beautiful that is. I'm a huge fan of Kara's work. Funny enough, it's modern, but also it's seeped with history, with especially Black history. But look how gorgeous that is. So now we are here on my screened porch. And especially in the fall, what's so great about this is that you're still surrounded by nature. And we have a fireplace, we light the fireplace, and it's a perfect place to have dinner. So the first thing I would like to show you is this very, very dear to my heart painting that my daughter made, and it's me and her, and of course, the Black Star, that's David. So she painted this in 2016, which was the first year without David. Perfect gift for Mother's Day. I started to create stacked stones all around the property, just to calm myself down, to feel the balance. Some cultures use it or in memory of someone, and others use it actually as navigation. For example, people use it when you are hiking. You leave stacked stone so you can tell the next person coming that they are on the right track. I think I really loved about that, those two, in memory of someone and that I am on the right track. There was something very spiritual about it and grounded me. And this is what I created out of that. It's my new fragrance, Love Memoir. This is really an homage and a celebration of my love for David. I could not have created this fragrance if it was not this house this past year. And so here, let me show you this. So David had this for years. And then when I came into his life, in 1994, he made one of me. And my daughter, when she sees the both of them together like this, she calls it Sleeping Beauties. I have one last thing to show you, and this is my necklace. This David necklace was made for me and gifted to me by my dear friend Hedi Siliman when David passed away. David and Hedi became very good friends, and so it has been really lovely to have him in my life since then. He checks on me all the time, and he calls me, and he's been a dear, dear friend. So there you have it. You have seen everything I love in my house. I love you, Vogue.